Leaders gathered in Saudi Arabia demanded that aid be allowed enter Gaza and called for a halt to arms exports Israel. The Arab-Islamic summit hosted by Saudi Arabia called for an end to the war in Gaza and refused to justify Israeli actions against Palestinians as self-defense. In addition, after meeting in Riyadh, calls were made to end the siege of Gaza, allow humanitarian aid enter region and stop arms exports Israel. Leaders demanded that the UN Security Council take a firm and binding decision to stop Israel's aggression in Gaza. Only 22 members Arab League were initially expected to attend, but the meeting was later expanded to include Organization of Islamic Cooperation, a larger union 57 Muslim-majority states that also includes Arab League countries. Al Jazeera's Hashem Ahelbarra said its results were useless unless there was consensus among summit participants. People understand that Israelis don't really care about what's going on at this summit between leaders of Organization of Islamic Cooperation and Arab League. When you look at declaration, you get the feeling that Arab and Muslim leaders do not have a mechanism to enforce ceasefire and humanitarian corridor, Ahelbarra said. This summit was just to create an of unity in the Arab and Muslim world. This is a watered-down statement. Not all Arab leaders decided to attend this summit due to major differences and divisions among the summit's key actors. That's why they presented this statement, written in vague terms, to the public. He added, in his opening speech, Saudi Crown Prince Mohammed bin Salman called for an immediate halt to military operations in Gaza and the release of all captives and detainees. This is a humanitarian disaster that proves failure of international community and UN Security Council to end Israel's gross violations of international humanitarian law and to demonstrate dual standards adopted by world. He said, "We are confident that only reason for peace is end Israeli occupation and illegal settlements. Restoration settled rights Palestinian people and establishment a state with East Jerusalem as its capital in 1967. MBS said. Turkish President Recep Tayyip Erdoğan repeated his call for an immediate ceasefire, saying that Israel was taking revenge on Gaza babies, children and women. What is urgent in Gaza is not pause of a few hours, but permanent ceasefire. He added, "We cannot put Hamas resistors defending their homeland in the same category as the occupiers." Palestinian Authority President Mahmoud Abbas emphasized that Israeli forces raids in the occupied West Bank as well as Gaza have increased, and called on the United States to end Israel's aggression, occupation, violation and disrespect of our holy places. No military and security solution is acceptable because they have all failed. We categorically reject any effort to expel our people from Gaza or the West Bank, Abbas said. Emir of Qatar Sheikh Tamim bin Hamad Al Thani questioned